Example number 9, 3x cubed minus 36x squared plus 105x. Okay, this is one that does have a common factor. So before we start factoring, we want to take out the GCF. 3 will go into each term, and each term has an x. So 3x is my GCF. 3x into 3x cubed will leave me with x squared. 3x into negative 36x squared would be negative 12x. 3 into 105 will be a positive 35. Okay, then I look at the trinomial that's in the parentheses and work with this one as far as breaking it down. Okay, so it's in the correct order. We have the understood 1 times 35 is 35. Make a list of the factors. And I'm looking for what two numbers will add to be negative 12. Okay, since it's a positive. So this is the case where both of these numbers would have to be a negative. Attach x to those, so a negative 5x and a negative 7x would combine to give me negative 12x and multiply to be positive 35. Divide by the first term in the trinomial, which is just the x squared. Okay, reduce. We would still have negative 5. X over x squared is x. Negative 7, x over x squared is just x. So bottoms up, my two binomials would be x minus 5 times x minus 7. Now remember, I can't forget about this common factor that I took out from the beginning. So that's going to be part of my answer. 3x times x minus 5 times x minus 7. Okay, it will be marked incorrect if you leave the GCF off whenever you write your answer out for these. Okay, example 10 is a little different from the others. I'm trying to give you at least one of each kind that I think you'll see on the homework so you have something to refer to. You do not have a GCF on number 10. The problem is in the correct order because it's in descending order by x. Okay, x squared, then x, and then this term doesn't have an x. We're going to work it out the exact same way. 6 times negative 10 would be negative 60. And I make my list. I'm looking for, since it's negative, I'm looking for what's going to subtract to give me negative 11. So 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, or 6 times 10. Those are my factors of 60. Now, which two numbers will subtract to equal negative 11? And that would be 4 and 15. The higher number takes the middle sign, so the 15 needs to be a negative. This time we have two variables, so whenever I write my terms over here, I'm going to have to include both of those. It's going to be 4xy and negative 15xy. So whatever variable terms are in the middle are what you need to attach to your two numbers. Okay, divide by the first term, so I divide by 6x squared. Reduce each one, so 4 over 6 is going to reduce to 2 over 3. 2 will go into both. X over x squared still leaves me with x in the denominator. This 1y would still remain in the numerator. Okay, negative 15 over 6. I can divide 3 into both of those, so that would be negative 5 over 2. X over x squared still leaves me with x in the denominator, y still in the numerator. Okay, so bottoms up, to write my answer, I would have 3x plus 2y times 2x minus 5y. It's just that whenever you have two variables in your problem, you should have two variables in each of your two binomials. Okay, the process is still the same. All right, number 11, we have 12x cubed plus 22x squared plus 6x. Okay, it's in the right order. Do we have a common factor? Okay, the common factor that will divide into all of the terms would be 2, and they all have an x. So 2x into 12x cubed will be 6x squared. 2 into 22 would be 11x. 2 into 6 would be plus 3. Okay, so from here on out, I'm just working with this trinomial that's in parentheses. Okay, so again, multiply first times last. 6 times 3 would be 18. So my factors would be 1 times 18, 2 times 9, or 3 times 6. So it's a positive 18. I want the two numbers that will add to equal positive 11. So that would be 2 and 9. Both would be positive. So we would have 2x and 9x. Divide by the first term of this trinomial, which is 6x squared, and then reduce. 2 over 6 would reduce to 1/3. X over x squared still leaves me with x in the denominator. 9x over 6x squared. 3 will go into both of those. 3 into 9 would be 3. 3 into 6 would be 2. X over x squared, x in the denominator. Okay, so bottoms up, I would have 3x plus 1 times 2x plus 3. And then don't forget about your GCF. Okay, so my final answer, my complete answer would be 2x times 3x plus 1 times 2x plus 3. Okay, like I said at the beginning of these videos, this is just one method that's used for factoring. Okay, you may have seen others before, but to me, this is just the easiest way that will work for any trinomial that you have.